Hello guys, now we're gonna start new chapter in SAT book, Taxonomy. In this chapter, we're gonna talk about taxonomy and to define what the meaning of taxonomy. So first of all, what the meaning of taxonomy? Taxonomy is a system by which we name and classify all organisms. So there are two goals in taxonomy is to study the name and classification. Who put this science? Carl Linnaeus. He put the binomial nomenclature. So to name any organism in a scientific way, I should use binomial nomenclature for Linnaeus. Binomial means it's composed of two parts. It's composed of two parts. What are those two parts? Let's take an example. Human. What's the scientific name of human? Human is Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens, it's composed of two parts. The first part is the name of the genus. It starts with capital letter. The second part is the name of the species and it starts with small letter. Homo sapiens. If you went to any country, for example, France, and you told them human, they wouldn't understand. But if you said Homo sapiens, they can find in the scientific binomial nomenclature and they will understand. So Homo sapiens is the scientific name that's known in all the world. Also, Linnaeus classified every organism into a hierarchy of taxa or ordering of taxa. What's the meaning of taxa? Taxa are levels of organization. What are these taxa? Number one, kingdom. Kingdom is the most general because kingdom is divided into many phyla. One phylum is divided into classes. Class is divided into orders. Order is divided into families. Family is divided into general. And one genus is divided into species. Many species. So the kingdom is the most general. What's the most specific? The most specific is the species. Let's see one example of classification of a certain like red fox. The name red fox is known only for English people, but what the scientific name that's known in all? Let's see the classification. In the new classification, they put domains. Domains, the most general, one domain composed of many kingdoms. So here, the most general is the domain. The fox is from domain Eukarya, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Carnivora, family Canidia, genera Vulpes, species Vulpes. That's why it's called Vulpes. Let's see one more example. You as a human, under domain Eukarya, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Primates, family Hominidae, genus Homo, species Sapiens. I told you domains. Let's see what are the three domains of life. They classified all organisms into domains. What are the three domains? Bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. Super kingdoms that include four of the original kingdoms. So those are the three domains: bacteria, archaea, eukarya. Bacteria and archaea are prokaryotes. What the meaning of prokaryotes? They don't have nuclei. Then they don't have membrane-bound organelles. Eukarya, they are eukaryotes. They have nuclei and membrane-bound organelles. Let's see the general characteristics of all those domains. Here are the three domains: bacteria, archaea, prokaryotes, eukarya or eukaryota, eukaryotes. Number 1, domain bacteria. Domain bacteria are single-celled. They are prokaryotes, they don't have nuclei and membrane-bound organelles. Some of them are anaerobes, others are aerobes. Anaerobes, they live without oxygen. Aerobes, they need oxygen to live. Some of them play vital role in the ecosystems like decomposers. And of course, you know what the meaning of decomposers. They are recyclers or they break down the organic matter. Some of them are pathogens. What's the meaning of pathogens? They cause diseases. They cause diseases like Clostridium botulinum, if you remember, that cause food poisoning, or Streptococcus that cause strep throat. Also, bacteria play a vital role in genetic engineering. If you remember, while talking about genetics, we said that we use the plasmids of bacteria to insert the human gene for production of insulin to get more insulin. Some bacteria carry out conjugation. What's the meaning of conjugation? Conjugation is a primitive form of sexual reproduction. Actually, bacteria reproduce asexually, while they use conjugation to make genetic variation. Let's remember together what's conjugation. Here are two bacterium. The first bacterium and the second bacterium, they come near to each other, they form a bridge through their bellies, and after that they exchange segments of the DNA. This plasmid will move into the other bacteria to give the other bacteria new genetic information. This is conjugation. Bacteria have a thick, rigid cell wall. Why is it rigid? Because bacterial cell wall has peptidoglycan polymer. Some types of bacteria carry out photosynthesis. Some types of bacteria are photosynthetic bacteria. Bacteria have no entrance. What's the meaning of entrance? If you remember, those are the non-coding regions within the DNA. Let's remember together. The DNA composed of coded parts and non-coded parts. The orange parts are coded. They are called exons. The non-coded parts are the entrance. But in bacteria, there are no entrance. They don't have those green parts. They have only coded parts. Some types of bacteria are nitrogen-fixing bacteria. What's the meaning of nitrogen-fixing bacteria? They make nitrogen fixation to help plants to get nitrogen. After that, domain archaea. Archaea are unicellular. They are prokaryotes. Most of them are extremophiles. What's the meaning of extremophiles? Extreme, from the word extreme, so they can live in extreme environment. How can the environment be extreme? If there is a lot of salt or a lot of acids or a very high temperature, or these are extreme environments or extreme conditions. There are some extremophiles called methanogens. They obtain energy in a unique way. How? By producing methane from hydrogen. They can get hydrogen and produce methane. Halophiles or halophiles, they thrive in very salty environment, in very high concentration of salts. Thermophiles from thermo temperature, so they can live in very high temperature. This regarding to domain archaea, prokaryotes, and most of them are extremophiles. Domain eukarya, all organisms have nuclei. Eukaryotes, nuclei, and they have membrane-bound organelles. Eukarya is a domain that has the four main kingdoms: Protista, kingdom fungi, kingdom plantae, and kingdom animalia.